Okay, so let's go over the specifications of the camera itself. So as I mentioned earlier, it's 100% wireless, and I absolutely love these cameras because there's no wires to run. You simply mount it to a wall, charge it up, and you are good to go. And what's fantastic about this particular model, it has a 9,000 milliamp hour battery in it, which is incredible. That's double some of the other models that I've had a look at, security cameras. And that means this is going to give you up to 365 days of runtime. Incredible. So that's a whole year of runtime before you will need to charge this. Naturally, it's going to depend on how much you use it. But if you have, say, for example, 10 activations a day, then you're going to get that 365 days of runtime. But even if it was 6 months, I don't mind taking this down, charging it up every 6 months, but it's not. It's going to give you up to a year, which is crazy. It's really, really fantastic. The resolution is 2K, so it's high definition, but I will be showing you that. So I'm going to set this up in my yard. I'm going to show you the daytime picture. I'm going to show you the black and white nighttime and also the color and nighttime. But that 2K HD should give us a fantastic picture, but we'll be having a look at that in a moment. Okay, in terms of the angle, you get 140 degrees. Most of the other cameras I've tested will give you a 120 degree angle. This is 140, so that's a really standout feature of this camera. You do, like most of these, you will have an app that you install, a smartphone app, and that will allow you to configure this device. It will allow you to monitor it, live view it, and it will also allow you to playback as well. So in terms of playback, there's two options. There's cloud storage. You get 30-day free trial of the cloud storage, and that will give you a 7-day rotation period if you opt for the cloud storage. But if you don't want any additional costs with this camera, there is an SD card slot underneath, which goes in here, and that will allow for 128 gigabytes of storage on board the camera, which is great. So one of the other cameras I just had a look at only had half that storage. So you'll get 128 gigs storage with this camera if you want to use the SD card. The SD card is not supplied with the camera, so you will have to purchase that separately. You also have two-way audio with this camera. So there's a speaker on the back there, and there's a small microphone in the front lens there as well. So two-way audio, but also with this camera, you can record a response. So when the alarm goes off, most of these cameras will just have a very loud siren. That can be, I'm calling the police, please leave the area, or something along those lines, which is another great feature. So it's two-way audio, and it has smart AI detection as well. So it has the ability to detect humans and other objects, say vehicles, for example, and it would alert you of those through the app, which is another great feature. Very simple to set up, very easy to mount, no cables needed to run, no power cables, lovely modern design, and it works on the 2.4 gigahertz network only, so this won't work over 5.0 gigahertz. You need that 2.4, which most routers will be broadcasting anyway, so no problems there. So I think that's pretty much it in terms of the specifications of this camera. It does also work with Alexa as well. So that's pretty much it in terms of the specifications of this camera. What I'll do now is I'll go and set this up outside in my yard, and I'll show you the picture quality. Okay, so I've got my camera now connected to my tablet. So the app is available on the Google Play Store and also the iOS App Store as well. So I've got this on my Android device just to show you just very quickly how the app actually works. So I'm on full screen at the moment, so I can see the battery percentage here is 90%. I can go in and out of full screen mode using this button. I can change the resolution here. I can take a snapshot here. I can record video here. I've got my speaker turned off at the moment, and then I can turn my mic on and talk to the camera as well. So that comes out the speaker of the camera. So if I just exit full screen mode there and just show you a few more of the settings real quick. So under general settings, you can see there, you just have your you can rename your camera. Again, you see the battery percentage, and you can change your Wi-Fi connection there if you want. Under video settings, you can mirror this. So if this is mounted upside down under a roof, for example, you can mirror here, and you can also rotate. Under night vision, I've got it set on auto, but you can set it to black and white night vision or full color night vision. If you use full color night vision, it will use the LED lights on the camera itself, and naturally that's going to use more battery. So if we come back and go out to the audio settings, that's just a volume for the speaker on the back of the camera to adjust that. Detection mode, so this is where you can do your target detection for person, moving objects and that kind of thing. Detection area, this is fantastic because you can define an area, and that's going to really limit your false alarms. If you're you can exclude bushes and trees that are constantly moving, for example. That's where you do your sensitivity, you adjust your sensitivity of the motion detection, and then under your alerts, you can push a message out, you can run the siren, and this dictates how much video is recorded when it detects something. So currently it's on 16 seconds, so it will record 16 seconds when it detects motion. Also under the siren here, you can set what you want to happen. Do you want the siren to go off? Do you want just the light to light? Do you want the siren, or do you want siren and light? And this is where you would set your voice prompts as well. So get out of my house, I will call the police, and etc, etc. Okay, so that's under siren. Okay, and that's the detection plan. So detection plans, essentially you can put this into at home mode or away mode, and this is really if you have multiple devices, you can actually say when I'm away, I want this camera and this camera to have motion detection, but these two not to, for example. So you can actually really adjust that nicely. So if we come back out, we've got the light, and that purely is just this little LED blue indicator here on the camera. If you press that, you can just turn it on and off. So that's gone off there. If I press it again, it will come back on. I would tend to leave that on, but you can turn it off there in the settings. OCD is just a watermark on the image, that's nothing there. And also you have the ability to share the device with family and friends as well, which is a great, fantastic feature that you can use. So if they have the app, you can share it with them, and then they can view the cameras as well. So there's no need for them to create additional accounts, for example. Okay, so if we go back to here, this is where you'll see your alerts coming through, your motion detection coming through. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get the camera on charge, and then I'll set it up in my backyard and show you the picture quality. Okay, so I've got my camera now attached to the fence, and I hope you can see the picture quality there. That 2K picture quality is absolutely fantastic. It's so crisp. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll go outside now and I'll just walk around this area so that you can see the quality of a moving person. And naturally, I've got this set to pick up motion detection of person, so we'll get the alert come through when I come into view, which is great, because what that means is I don't have to exclude out all these bushes and these trees here, because I've got it set on to detect person only, to detect a person. So if this bush here starts blowing, I'm not going to constantly be getting alerts. It will only alert me when there's someone in that area. And I hope it's coming across the field of view there. It's absolutely incredible, 140-degree wide angle view from the house right around this area here. So really looking good. Okay, so I'm going to go out now. I'll walk past the camera and we'll see whether that triggers the alert. Okay, and you can see there that it has picked me up as a person in that area. So this is working exactly as it should. Okay, so as you can see, it literally is pitch black in my backyard. So let's take a look and see what the camera can make of this darkness. Okay, so I hope you can see there that the camera is really making a good job there of the complete darkness. So what I will do is I'll go and stand out in front of the camera so that you can see the quality of it. But what I will do is I'm just going to click the top right hand corner there and turn the light on, and that will give us the color night vision. And let me just turn that on. Turn the light on like so. That will turn the spotlights on, the LED lights on the camera. And there you can see the color night vision. So what I'll do is I'll go and stand in front of the camera now so that you can see what the picture is like. Okay, so I hope you found this review useful of the Leviewlity 2K wireless security camera. It's a fantastic camera and I hope it came across there on pictures, but I always go over the pros and cons of any particular product that I review. So in terms of the cons, initially I thought it didn't work with Google Home. I thought it was only going to work with Alexa, but it does work with Google Home as well. I've seen the option there in the app, so that's great. So I don't know whether that's a new addition, but on the website it only states Alexa, but it does seem to have the option there to connect to Google Home as well. The only other slight negative with this camera is it doesn't have the option for a solar panel, which would have been really nice. However, you do have that really powerful 9,000 milliamp hour battery in here, which is going to give you up to 365 days of runtime anyway. But that's just a couple of minor points with this camera. In terms of its positives, it is that battery. It's the 9,000 milliamp battery. There's really long run times before you need to recharge. That wide angle, that 140-degree wide angle, and also the design as well. This lovely, modern, sleek design. It's just going to look good on any property or in any backyard, for example. And also the alerts. So you've got the real great combination of alerts. You have the LED lights on here. You have the siren on here, you have the voice alerts on here, you have the real-time notifications to your app or your tablet on here as well. So all in all, I really do rate this security camera. You're not going to be disappointed with it. It's available on Amazon and it comes highly recommended.